the F didn't exist. Why? We have F in many European languages, such as Latin languages, Spanish, French, German, English, but no, Indo-European languages didn't have an F back in time. The F is a recent invention in our languages. Think about it, when we were Homo sapiens, our jaws, they were a bit wider, bigger, and if you have a bigger jaw, it is harder to pronounce the F, right? Therefore, the sound that Indo-European languages had instead was B, this kind of B sound. And this is what our languages had. What happened to Germanic? Why they have Fs? Well, they used to be P's, like pater, father. What happened to our F in Latin languages? Well, it used to be a P, like frater, brother, right? And not only that, also there used to be a DH. So if you say fuera in Spanish, that comes from Latin foris, used to be doris, door. And Greek, they also have F in modern Greek, but in ancient Greek the pronunciation was PH. And before that it was BH. So now that we are aware about this non-existent F back in time, we can reconstruct the verb to be. And how is it connected? How can we find it? Can we only find it in English? Where else can we find that? So, the verb to be, it comes from Old English beon, which comes from Proto-Germanic beuna. And beuna meant to be, to exist. It had a consequence. When you live, when you exist, therefore you live. Therefore we say buana, which is a consequence of beuna. So from buana we got athbua in Icelandic, which means to live or to dwell most likely, you dwell somewhere, or a dweller. A dweller was a buras, and from buras we got bur in Dutch, and neighbor, nei, the one who lives, the dweller living close to you. And the bur, also baua in German, bauen Dutch. All these words, they are the consequence of being. So this is about Germanic languages. They preserved the B from B, but not Latin. These B's became an F at the beginning of words though. So let's see where can we find the verb to be in Latin languages. So if the word starts with this P, became an F. So in Spanish when you say I was, you say fui, fuiste, fue. Used to be a B before. And the future as well starts with an F. The ending turus, turum, tura in Latin means it's about to be. So futurus, bu, everything that it's going to be. So yes, the verb to be and futuros, they share the same origin. Is it possible to find this be as a be in Latin? Yes, it is possible. If you learn Latin or you know, for instance, Spanish, and we talk in imperfect, we say yo estaba. That be is related to the verb to be. It's indicating a tense. And also in future, amabo, this be, is also the verb to be. It's related. It's just hidden there. So why it didn't become an F? Because it's between vowels, so they kind of saved the B from turning into an F. Another word, and the ending bundo, moribundo, vagabundo. Bundo means being, those being the dying, moribundo, or vagabundo, the one being roaming around, vagabundo. That's about Latin languages. Where can we find it in Greek? Well, like I said, the pu became something like pu, and pu gave us pure. Pure in ancient Greek meant to come to an existence. It gave us the word physe, which it is nature and physi in modern Greek, and obviously physics. Physics, it means everything that exists in nature. We also have in modern Greek the verb fiete, which means that it's about to come to an existence. So that's how we can find the verb to be in Greek. The P became P and then F. And the U became U and then I. Therefore we write it with epsilon. Where can we find that in Slavic languages? Well, that's pretty easy. Byt, that's the verb to be. Ja budu in Russian means I will be. So budu indicates future. And in Lithuanian, we can find the verb būti, which means to be as well. It's also there. So if you're learning a Celtic language, well, you can find it in the reconstruction pohjeti, and in Proto-Celtic, it's reconstructed as bujeti. You can find this in Welsh as bod. And guess what does it mean? You can find also in even Irish be, with a sense of being as well. You can say it in other ways, but you can also find this verb in Celtic languages. What about Indo-Iranian languages? Well, it's also pretty obvious. We have pavati in Sanskrit. Actually, Sanskrit keeps the pa kind of sound when they say pavati, which means to be, or buti, which means existence. So this is about the verb to be. How can we find it in all European languages? As you can see, it's in physics, it's in the future, it's in futuro, it's in the past tense of Spanish, yo fui, tú fuiste, él fue, and also in Latin fio, which means I will be, I will become. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And see you next time to find out about more secrets.